Hello, mystical souls. How are you? How is everybody doing tonight? I really appreciate everybody for joining me tonight for tarot. I want to talk just a little bit about the eclipses of what's going on while we wait for everybody to join us tonight. So, we are right in the middle of eclipse season. We just had our new moon eclipse in Libra this last Saturday, so just a couple days ago. Now, this was the sun and the moon all with the south node in the sign of Libra. So, wherever in your chart that is, this is basically like a restarting or a reset of things that are going on in your life. Libra is the area that we need to find balance of where we give away our power. And so, the goal of my channel is to educate you so you can best work with the energy and flow with it. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. If this is your first time, welcome. If you have been here before, I am so glad that you keep coming back and you trust me with your tarot and your astrology. I am your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I am a Western and evolutionary astrologer, meaning I look at your past lives or your generational from one generation down to another and look at your past to say this is what we can expect for our future. So I'm coming from the great state of Ohio right now. I'm going to be here for 3 more weeks and then I'm going to head on over to South Dakota. Super excited about this because I'm going to be joining an 11/11 conference with the Lakota tribe for a gathering of elders. I'll be posting some things on the YouTube and my Facebook, letting everybody know all the great minds that are coming there to share their wisdom. And I would love to know where you're from. And if you know your sun, moon, and rising, please hit it up in the chat. I would love to know who is here and what is going on in your life right now. So a little bit about the energy. So Libra, the North Node and the South Node have now switched axis from Libra and Aries, and we are now having this reset, this beginning, and we are going to be having one final eclipse on the 28th. It will be a full moon in Taurus that will be ending a cycle of Taurus things in your life where you should have now found your footing to become more stable, to become more grounded, to become financially secure. And it's going to reveal some other things that you need to leave behind. Remember that the eclipse literally an eclipse covers and it brings in people, places, and things, and it exits out people, places, and things. And then we have to quickly adjust to whatever it is. And usually they're pretty big things. Hello, Hannah. Good evening to you. Super excited that you are here. I have you in the queue tonight. I'm going to start with you after I get through a few of the transits. So welcome, welcome. Sending you a big fat heart hug. All right, so the new moon and this full moon. We just had this new moon in Libra, and the energy is now going to be building up to more Scorpio energy. We're going to have Mercury enter into Scorpio. I have a video coming out on that tomorrow. Actually, it'll come out tonight at midnight. And it will be on all 12 signs about where you're going to be communicating, how you're going to be communicating in that deep, watery, intense sign of Scorpio. I absolutely love this because it's about wanting authentic and real from people. Scorpio just does not accept anything that is not real or authentic. They want everything to be raw and they find the beauty in it. I embrace that. And then on Friday, I am going to be releasing my sun in Scorpio. So you can see that we're going to be building up into this Scorpio energy where things are ending. And then we have this things that are grounding into an opportunity to plant these seeds and remove the old in order to grow some things over the next 30 days to the 6 months. So let's talk about this. All right. So I have for this evening 3 cards for $20 and 5 cards for $40 for those of you that are interested in joining us for tarot tonight. If you would like a personal reading, you can visit my website at willowgracemystic.com and you can get a personal private reading by Zoom, and that could be for tarot or for astrology. You only need to know your exact date, time, and location of your birth, and then I look at what is going on in your life right now or what you've come into this time to learn. My goal is to work with you and share with you the lessons that you've come in here to learn and the difficulties that you may have and how not to repeat the patterns and how to work with the positive that's in your chart in order to build on your spiritual growth. All right, so let's start to dive into this for now. All right, so let's talk. Hannah, you are the first one in the queue, and I really thank you for being here, and I thank you for your patience tonight. So, all right, and you wanted a 5-card spread for where things are going with you right now, because we are right in the middle of eclipse season, so I totally get it. All right. I'm so glad you're ready, Hannah. All right. Ooh, 2 cards. Okay. Loving that. Loving that. Okay. All right. So tarot. Remember that tarot is made up of a regular deck of cards that's 4-suited. And instead of being with hearts and spades, it's about cups that fill up my cup, my soul, my spirit, love, emotion. And then there's wands, which mean action and movement or talking or traveling. These 2 are the major arcana cards that let us know that bigger events are happening, and it's about things that are going to be happening over the next 1 to 3 months. They're timing cards that let us know that it's more of a major theme in your life. So tarot is astrology, numerology, and symbolism all woven together to tell you a story about yourself and what's going on. The first one is the Wheel of Fortune. I absolutely love this card. It's a 10 card. 10s are endings and they're new beginnings because you add the 1 and the 0 together. So there's something in your life that is ending and then you have this brand new beginning. So I look at the Wheel of Fortune as like a Ferris wheel. So you and I were riding this Ferris wheel and we get to the very top of it. And I say, Hannah, so what's going on in your life? And you start to look around and you're telling me about everything that you see, everything that you know to be true. And then the Ferris wheel starts to go down. And you say, wait, I don't really know what's going on. And that's when I say you have to tune into your intuition. And you're going to have to say, what was going to happen? What do I think is going to happen? How do I predict this? We are right in the middle of eclipses. So you cannot predict everything. Remember that eclipses, they make these fast endings and these terrific beginnings, and they don't always feel comfortable. They really push us outside of our comfort zone in order to make us change, because if we were comfortable, why would we change? And so they make us so uncomfortable that they force us, or they push us into an area where the change happens. And so you are now going to have this bird's eye view of things that are going on in your life, and then the Ferris wheel is going to go down. And then when that time comes, you're going to have to rely on your intuition, your gut instinct, your abilities, your dreams, and say, what do I think is going to happen? How should I react to this? I always equate it to I was driving in my car and the little red idiot light came on and then it went off. And so I had to look in the book and say, okay, what does this mean? And I spoke to my husband about it and he said, yeah, it's not on now. And I said, yeah, but it was on. And so I have this indicator, this something is going to be going on. I just don't know what it is. And my gut instinct says, we should look it up. We should check it out. And so it's not avoiding a problem, but it's trying to give you the heads up of, I need to be aware of some things and how do I work with it? If you ignore the problem, The wheel kind of grinds you at the bottom and you learn these difficult, hard lessons. If you follow your intuition, then you go riding to the back of to the top of the Ferris wheel again, where you get this clear view of this is where I'm going and this is what's happening. And then it confirms or denies things that are going on in your life. Now remember that this is where you're starting with for the next 1 to 3 months. Now the Six of Cups. This represents you, the little girl, and she's having this tea party. The water represents working from your heart, your spirit, your emotion, and the fish represent inner strength. And you're having this tea party. This card represents going down memory lane. Oh, I remember when it was like this, and oh, I remember this, and oh, can't we? This is such beautiful, great memories. The message that comes with this card is the memories are beautiful, but you can't recreate them and you cannot live in the past. That now you are to live in the future, to move forward and to create these new memories. You don't want to be that person who will say, yeah, the best part of my life was high school, or the things that I've done in college, or this job. No, the best part of your life is right now, today. And the best thing is to look forward to the future. It is to live every moment and to look forward to other things. It's to embrace exactly where you are and to live with no regrets, to be moving forward, to be stepping into your divinity. Now the Nine of Wands. This person represents you, and these are friends or coworkers or people in your life. This is about looking at an issue, looking at something that might be bothering you. The Nine of Wands usually means that you were caught off guard. You didn't see something happening. You didn't see something coming. And then you turn to others and say, wait a minute, was I in the wrong for this? I don't understand. And then they're saying to you, no, you were right. And so you are looking at it as lesson learned. I got it. I understand it. I'm not going to turn my back on you. I'm not going to allow that to happen again. I'm going to look at the problem straight in the eye. And so there's something that's going on that you may have been caught off guard, but you now are looking at it not with anger, not with resentment, not with I have to cut these people, places, and things out of my life, but a lesson learned. And I need to look at it and say, what will I do again the next time that this happens? Or what will I do again in the future to avoid this? I don't look at anything in our life as purely negative or purely mean. I look at it as, what can I learn from this? Or what is my takeaway from this? And then the Emperor. Okay, I love the Emperor. The Emperor has to think with his head, not with his heart. And so the Emperor is a 4, meaning solid, stable, reliable, ground. I want you to look at the Emperor is kind of this tree. And this means that you may be so ground in that you might be a little immovable or stubborn or not wanting to change your ways. Now, the order of hierarchy for this is the people, the knights, the king, the emperor. So think of yourself as the boss of, and people are coming to you and they're wanting things done. And as long as everybody does what they're supposed to be doing, you're an easy boss. You're easy to get along with. It's when they don't do what they're supposed to be doing or do what they say that they're going to do that you now have to step into your position of authority. If you notice that the Emperor has these beautiful robes on, but he also has brass knuckles and armor. This is working from a place of power that I don't want to have to take off my robes. I don't want to have this armor, but I do, and it's for protection. And I have to keep an open mind because my way may not always be the right way. And if everything goes as planned, everything is great, but I need to be a little bit flexible. I need to be open to some other ideas. I need to be a little bit more fluid, and don't let people take advantage of you. This is also about don't take advantage of the Emperor, because when the Emperor says that they're done or they say no, no is a complete sentence, and no means no. And so for the next 1 to 3 months, the power, the energy of this. Then the next card, Five of Wands. The Five of Wands represents either confusion or somebody taking credit for something that you've done. Wands mean movement, and fives always mean a little bit of disruption. It means I'm having to think outside the box here. You are trying to go one way, and the fox are chasing or going another way. I look at this card as, all right, when life is throwing me some curveballs, I have to think of a way in order to solve or be creative with, I can't always do the same thing that I've always done. I have to, if I'm going one way and then I'm confused, sometimes life is slowing me down. So I will look at something different or be connected with somebody else or move me in a different direction. So it's about being open to the confusion. This is also, it could be somebody taking credit for something that you have done. So I'm hoping that all of this makes sense to you, because over the next 1 to 3 months, you have this really great opportunity to have crystal clarity and follow your vision and follow the intuition that you have inside, and to step into your power of authority and not allow people to walk all over you, and to stand straight, stand tall, and say, nope, this is the way it has to be. This is the way I want to move forward, or these are the rules. This is how we need to follow it. So I'm hoping that this all makes sense. Oh, you keep seeing the Wheel of Fortune lately. Okay, whenever you see something more than once, that is like synchronicity saying, definitely focus on this, definitely pay attention, and definitely be open to the rhythms of life. Because remember, the Ferris wheel, it goes up and down, and this could be up and down in one day or up and down over days, but it's going to be a 3-month period of highs and lows, where you are high and can see everything, or lows where I have to rely on my intuition or my feelings in order to navigate these waters, because I'm not getting a crystal clear view or a good read on where things are. So I'm so glad that you're feeling this. I'm so glad. Yes, yay, yes. Sending out a big fat heart to you. And hello, Brianna. I am so glad that you are here for Tarot Tuesdays. All right, so let me see who is next in the queue. Hold on, there we go. And loving everybody for showing up tonight. Thank you. Hopefully everybody is navigating this. Look, eclipses. Some people really like change. Some people embrace change. I am learning to flow with it. It is part of my lessons that I'm working with. And for those people who embrace it, good for you. This should like feel like new change coming at you all the time, new growth, new expectations, new everything. And for those of us who are learning to flow with it, I am reminding myself that eclipses are, I think of it as this fast water, and they're not a time for setting intentions. Like right now, we should be focused on rest, recovery, and sinking into the moment and allowing the universe to move us into the direction in which we are supposed to be going. Eclipses are course correctors, and it's an opportunity to push forth. And I think of myself in a boat, and the waters are rough, so I'm sinking down and I'm holding on, and I'm going to blossom wherever I end up, and I'm going to work with whatever I've got when I get there, but I don't know exactly where there is going to be. And so I'm hoping that that helps all of you. All right, Brianna, you are next in the queue. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. All right. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, alrighty. All right, let's talk about this. All right, Major Arcana card, a lot of water, earth, money, and the swords. So it's kind of like a complete mix or a complete bag of what's going on with you. So the High Priestess. It's a Major Arcana card and it comes with a bigger story. The owl represents wisdom. And so we have Persephone. Now, Persephone was taken or abducted down to the underworld, and her mother was not happy about this. And she went to Zeus and she said, I want my daughter back. And Zeus is like, yeah, no can do, not going to happen. And so she desperately missed her, desperately desired to be with her and didn't want her to be taken away. And in the end, we find out that Zeus made a deal with Hades and bartered with her, but we don't know what's going on, and her mother doesn't know what's going on. So her mother is mourning for her, and so she makes it really, really cold, and there's snow, and the humans are all cold, their crops are dying, and they complain. And Zeus is like, look, can't you like bring the sun back out? And she said, no, I said I wanted my daughter back. Bring her back. And so he went to Hades and he said, Hades, brother, we have to make a deal here. And he said, look, she's already eaten 6 seeds from the pomegranate. And like, once you're down here, another soul has to be given or replaced with. And so since she's had 6 seeds, maybe we could barter and make it 6 months here and 6 months there. So like they're negotiating, they're bartering with her. So in the end, she gets to come up to earth and be above for 6 months. And during that 6 months, her mother is happy and the gardens prosper and the fields and everybody is happy. And then when she spends her other 6 months, it is with Hades down below into the underworld. And that's when her mother will mourn her, and that's when we have our winter. And so we look at this is a reason for some of our seasons. Now, part of this is it's about Persephone here, and she is being pulled in 2 different directions by 2 different people that she loves, and she cannot please either. And what we find out later is that she loved her mother and she wanted to be with her. But she was also in love with Hades, and she was the queen of the underworld. And so she was stuck between, how do I please these 2 people, these 2 entities in my life? And the wisdom of the owl means that you don't have to let somebody else pull you or tug you into 2 different directions, that you can please who you want to please. You can be in 2 different places. You can set the rules of, this is what I plan on doing. And if you would like to come, that would be great. But I'm not changing and I'm not omitting this person just to please you. This is you taking control over your life and not allowing people to barter with your time, your effort, your energy, saying, for example, I'm not going to come to that party if so-and-so is there. I'm not going to do this if so-and-so is there. This could be with your work, with your home, with people in your life. This is people trying to play tug of war with you, and you having to use the wisdom to say, no, that's not the game I play here. And people, you feeling the tug and the pull of 2 different directions and having to navigate those waters for the next 1 to 3 months about how do you do this? How do you navigate this? Now, the King of Cups. The King of Cups is masculine energy that's generally in our home. The male seahorse is the one that carries the babies on his back. And this is about, they're usually like the fun uncle. It's about somebody who wants to please, and they do it from their heart. They want to make you happy. They want to, and things that they do nurturing things, or they do things that show that they care for you. That is their love language, and it truly comes from their heart. Now, the Queen of Pentacles represents you. Queen, home, money, house, home. You're a tree. pretty solid, pretty stable, pretty grounded, and sometimes a little stubborn and set in your ways. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles, think of it as you are this tree, you're blossoming, the branches are all out, and you are wanting to nurture and care for all of the birds, the bees, the butterflies, the squirrels, anything that resides in your tree, in your home, you supporting the people, places, and things that reside or you consider your family that are in your home. Now, this does not mean always of supporting them with money or with finances. Oftentimes, this can be, I'm going to hold space for you, or let me give you advice on how I did this. The queen does not always give. Sometimes the queen gives the advice in order to help allow someone the opportunity to learn lessons on their own. There's this queen knows the difference between enabling and abling. Enabling is if somebody can do it on their own, you doing it because it makes you feel good. You just want to do it. And abling them is allowing them to work through and navigate their own things while you could be there to support them, just allowing them to figure some things out on their own. The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is two coins, two jobs, two incomes. I have two things that I want to buy. My money is going in two different directions, or I want to spend it on two different things, and being very well balanced. And I've got this. I can do this. It's you juggling some finances that are going to be going on. And the Queen of Swords. Look, I absolutely love the Queen of Swords. If you look, this is her sword. It is a sickle. It is about cutting through red tape, lies, and BS. I look at this card as people will look at you and say, oh, here's this cute person, and we can take advantage of this person. The Queen of Swords comes out and says, we don't have time for that. Let's just cut through this. And she cuts through, she sees the lies, and she literally will say, I'm going to stop you right there because what you're saying is not the truth. A good example from like my life was my grandmother was in the hospital, and everybody was in the room and we knew that she was dying, but nobody was thinking clearly. And I took a moment and I walked out and I went to the nurse's station and said, none of us know what to do. We don't know who to speak to or what to do or where to go next. I need some help with this. I need some guidance. And it was talking to the nurse who said, let me help you cut through all of this and get these resources for you. And so this is not just cutting or biting. It's literally getting you to the front of the line. It's saying, this is not acceptable. I need to speak to a manager, or I'm not happy about this. Can I speak to somebody else like a boss? And so that's what this card is representing, that you might need to resort to some of those tactics in order to get what you need and not be taken advantage of, not be hurt in any way like that. All right. So thank you, Brianna, for trusting me with your reading. All right. So let me see who is in the queue. I didn't know if Angie was back in the queue. And if not, it's okay because you'll be able to catch this tomorrow. Oh, and you are very welcome, Brianna. You are very, very welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Sending out love to everybody who is taking time out of their busy evening and with this crazy energy and joining. All right. All right, so let's talk. All right. All right. Hey, Grant. Grant, how are you? Glad you are on tonight. All right. All right, so Angela, let's talk about this. Major Arcana card. So this is about money, finances, and things that are near and dear to your heart. All right, so the first card is the Eight of Pentacles. I equate this card to the story of Charlotte's Web. And so, for those of you that don't know Charlotte's Web, Charlotte had to work really, really hard in order to save Wilbur the pig. And so, each one of these represents a coin, something that you are working really hard for. And it's about putting in the work and front loading, knowing that the payoff will come later. And so, putting in the time now, putting in the energy now, and the payoff will come out later. Now, the King of Pentacles, I believe that this represents the masculine energy in your life partner, your husband. The King of Pentacles he is out there. He is saying, look, I'm going to get you what you need. I'm going to be the provider. I'm going to take care of the bills. If something is broken, I want to be the one to help you take care of this. Just point me in the right direction. This is the role that they want to take on with you and for you. Their arms are out, and so this is them trying to provide for everybody that is within their home, within their family unit. This is about supporting with time, energy, money, and resources, and they're very stable, very reliable, and can be stubborn. All right, I love the Magician. So because this is a Major Arcana card, this has a lot of significance in this. All right, if you notice, you are the Magician. The Magician has a belt of a snake, and the snake is eating itself, which is no beginning, no end. Always shedding its skin and growing and evolving and transforming. That you cannot become stagnant, that you have to always be transforming. Being very balanced. Now, the hands represent as above, so below, as within, so without, as in the universe, so. And so it's you knowing that whatever you put out there, you know it's going to come back to you. The angel wings represent energy from Archangel Michael, and it's a protection of not just for you, but anybody that you would request protection for. The items that are hanging down from the wings represent all of the elements. It's the earth, the air, the water, the fire, and it's all of those things that are at your fingertips. The bird represents dove and peace, and the infinity symbol up here represents you are not learning anything. You are remembering some things in your life. You are putting out into the universe. You are the Magician. You are starting something new in your life. It's a number 1 card. I want to start something. I have this magic at my fingertips. I don't need to take a class. I don't need to take a workshop. I don't need any training. I have everything within me. It's at my fingertips. I can do this. And so that is where you are right now in your life, with starting something new and having the universe supporting you with these great changes. We're also following up with an Ace of Cups. So we have a 1 and an Ace, which both represent the 1. The Ace of Cups represents one love, one heart, the fish represents strength and power and energy. And it's, you are my one love, or I am looking for one love. Now this could be a one love coming to you in the form of a child or a grandchild or a pet or a significant other of I'm looking for that one person that will fill up my heart. Now the 5 of Cups. 5s always mean disruption. This represents you, and it's working from your heart space. I often call this card crying over spilled milk, which is either easier said than done. It means being sad about something that has happened that you have no control over, you have no power over. It has happened and there's nothing that you can do about it. And so now you're left with this empty cup, and you have to focus on all the other cups and not just the empty one. Oftentimes in my life, I think about my focus was on something that happened and me boo-hooing and being very upset about this event over here that took place, and taking my focus off of where I need to put my energy while I'm waiting for either that person or something to materialize from that event, and to stay focused on the rest of the cups that you have in your life. So I'm really, really hoping that this all makes sense to you. All right. So I don't have anybody else in the queue. So I want to thank you all again for trusting me with your tarot this evening. If you would like a personal reading, you can always reach out at willowgracemystic.com, or you can schedule a private consultation through YouTube or through phone. And this can be for tarot or for astrology. There's different things on there. If it is astrology, make sure that you add your exact date, time, and location of your birth. And it will automatically give me your email, and then it will automatically, it's set up for your time zone. So whatever time you see on there is the time zone that for you. So it's correcting it for you and for me. And please take a look at all the events that are going to be coming up, the transits that are going to be coming up for the videos that I'm going to be releasing for Mercury in Scorpio, and then the Sun in Scorpio, because we are now going into a time period in our life where we're in between all this great change, and we need to release a lot of things, let go of some things, and search for these strong connections. All right. So thank you again for trusting me. I greatly appreciate all of you for being here. Next week on Tuesday, that will be a full moon eclipse reading. And then the Tuesday after that, I will be taking off. That is actually Halloween or Samhain. And so I thank you. Look forward to seeing you then.